Welcome back, everyone, to The Price of Business. Your host today, Bill Knapik, sitting in for Mr. Kevin Price. Once again, Kevin, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I am Bill Knapik. You can hear two shows that I host every Saturday on 100.7 FM. We have a great real estate show talking about real estate in Houston, local guests, but sometimes guests beyond. They're always interesting, so you can hear them far and wide. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, 1 p.m. on 100.7 FM. In addition, I have a show called Successful Living with Bill Knapik. That comes on the same station, 100.7 FM at 4 p.m. That's a 25-minute show and always interesting people. So I would encourage you to go to Bill Knapik. That's with a K. Radio shows. That's my YouTube channel. You can see and hear all the shows. So now we have a special guest. We have Mr. Kent Adams with Stewart Specialty Insurance Services. Kent, thank you, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. It's great to be here, as always.
Well, Kent, when we think about insurance, first of all, the people that are listening in Houston and even beyond, as Stewart is an international company and all over the United States, they think, a lot of them just think about Stewart Title, but for the over 10 years now, Stewart Specialty Insurance Services has been providing people insurance of all sorts, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Bill. And, insurance is really not a very glamorous product that every single business and every single person needs to have in order to transfer the risk, from whatever type of liability exposure that they might have, especially in the business world. The risk management part that you're willing to take on is your deductible. A lot of business owners will take on a higher deductible and assume that amount of the risk. But what we try to do at Stewart Specialty Insurance Services is look at each case individually. We're going to meet with you individually, do a risk analysis with you in order to go ahead and find out where the risks are associated and how can we transfer that risk to another entity, virtually the insurance contract. So if we can take the risk off of your shoulders and put it on the insurance contract. And what's extremely important is that we have over 300 different carriers that we work with across the nation. So we've got a large presence in the marketplace, not only in Texas, but in California, Florida, New York, and as you say, out and beyond.
Well, and what's interesting, too, you mentioned people, it's a commodity. Sometimes they look at insurance that way, but it's something that's so important, and people don't like to think about it. And when they do, sometimes they don't understand or want to go in depth to their policy and actually read what they have. So it's important to have people that they trust, like yourselves, and to also help advise them what they need for their insurance, whether it's home, auto, their personal, or even business insurance.
Absolutely. There are just so many risks that we don't even think about on a daily basis that can happen, because when they do happen, it's like, oh, I'm sure my insurance is going to cover that. Years ago here in Texas, we had a big issue with mold, and some people had coverage and some didn't, and that became a big issue. There's been different things where, like with a builder, an example, you'll have a general contractor that subcontracts out all of his work, and some of the policies don't cover subcontractors' negligence. Or maybe the subcontractor has to carry a certain limit of liability, and maybe he's not quite carrying those limits. There's just so many different things that you want a professional to sit down and go through that contract with you. Just like having a lawyer to help you through all kinds of legal issues, this is a legal contract, and not all of them are the same. They are very much different, especially in the business world. So we sit down with you, find the markets that are going to work for your particular business. A restaurant's going to be different than a builder, than, say, a motel owner or hotel, and you may have multiple locations across the country. There's so many variables in this risk management that you want to know about, that you want to see if you're exposed to, and how much of that risk are you willing to take. Not everybody is willing to take the same amount of risk. I've got some people that want $1,000 deductibles, other people with $5 million deductibles. So obviously every single business is different, and every business owner is different.
I would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, first of all, people should know what they already have in their policy, right? And then ask questions from the professionals like yourselves.
Absolutely. So many people have no idea what kind of coverage that they have, where their exposures are lying, where the gaps in the coverage are, or, even what they need to have covered. Some people are covering something that they don't even need to have coverage for and paying high premiums. Maybe 10 years ago something was covered that didn't need to be covered today because of new laws, new things like that. There's just so many variables. You really want to be with a professional. annually, because this is our business. Your business is taking care of your business. Our business is making sure that risk management is in place in the right way.
And another component, Kent, that comes into play is change throughout a year. And usually policies, I guess, run by, at least mine do, per year. But as a year rolls on by, and they sure do, and they seem to be rolling faster than ever, as they roll by, holy smokes, things change during the course of a year. Our needs change. Our lives change.
Absolutely. And, it seems that when you get into a particular season, like right now being hurricane season, everybody's worried about wind and flood and those kinds of things. And those are things that are, risks all year long. We never know when, a big storm's going to come in or something like that. Some people think they can just buy it, last minute, keep it on for a couple months and cancel it. These are, coverages that need to go out. And as you add things, especially in the marketplace with the commercial restaurateur or builder, as they add new equipment, they want to make sure that equipment gets put on their policies and scheduled appropriately so that they go ahead and have all of their variables covered. They, a lot of times people will add vehicles thinking, oh, so-and-so is going to take care of it. Make sure it's covered.
And once again, you have and offer so many insurance products. Tell people the website, Ken, if you would, so they can see the full menu, because we're talking about commercial, personal insurance, umbrella policies, all those things.
Yeah, you can easily find us at Stewart Specialty Insurance.com on the website, StewartSpecialtyInsurance.com, or you can call us, and we've always got a live body answering the phone at 866-798-2827. That's 866-798-2827.
And what I like, too, is that you are there on a business day from 7 till 7, where you actually get to talk to someone, and it's easy to connect with someone. There's not a lot of voice prompts and a lot of avenues that you go through before you talk to a person.
Yeah, that's correct. We have live bodies answering the phone. We rotate it around, so everybody's there to pick up and assist you. If someone's not there at that exact moment, we would ask you to leave a message, but we'll get back with you in just a minute or so.
And in this day, sometimes that's unusual, because I know I called a company the other day for help, and it's like, man, I couldn't wait to get through all the trouble that I had to get to talk to someone.
Yeah, the frustrations of today's technology sometimes become overwhelming, and obviously the last thing we want to have is to make you uncomfortable in that way. And if you have a claim or an issue like that, you're already anxious and frustrated, and we want to make sure that we can help you in any way that we can and be that advisor, your trusted advisor in the insurance marketplace.
And once again, Kent, the website for Stewart Specialty Insurance Services?
It's just that, StewartSpecialtyInsurance.com or 866-798-2827.
And boy, I'd encourage people to review their policies. I don't know about you, but this is about the time of year where I'm starting to think about at the end of the year as the time rolls around. See what you have, and also reduce your risk if at all possible, and really assess your needs and have it fit your lifestyle.
Yeah, we make it as pleasant as possible, no pressure. It's totally free. Why not take advantage of our great services that we're offering? Because we want to be your partner in business and in your personal lines, because we handle all your home, auto, jewelry, umbrella, flood, any kind of insurance needs you have, all things insurance, we're that for you.
And I like the United States Coast Guard's motto, and that is Semper Paratus, and that means always prepared. So we need to be prepared. Thank you so much, Mr. Kent Adams with Stewart Specialty Insurance Services. And we thank you, everyone listening, to The Price of Business with Kevin Price. And today, your host, Bill Knapik. We're so glad you listened. You can hear this show every day during the week. Until next time, The Price of Business. Bill Knapik saying, see you next time